Hey, everybody, welcome in. We've got a loaded week of ACC hoops coming up from Tuesday, December 2nd through Friday, December 5th, 2025. SEC showdowns, Big 12 battles, and a whole lot of chances for the ACC to either flex or get humbled. If we haven't met yet, I'm Clem Satterfield, your friendly North Carolina realtor who treats college hoops matchups the same way I treat houses. I inspect the foundation, check the curb appeal, and then tell you where the best value really is. By day, I help folks buy and sell homes across North Carolina. By night, I'm breaking down ACC like this is my second full time job, just with a fewer home inspections and more 3-point inspections. Let's pass through the state, game by game, talk pros and cons for each team, and I'll finish every matchup with a prediction. Okay, Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025, Virginia Tech at South Carolina, 7 p.m. in Columbia. Virginia Tech, they got tough guards and a system that usually values shot selection and ball security. They're patient in the half court and can grind you down. If the threes are falling, okay, that's the key. The threes are falling. Virginia Tech's life in the road, well, in SEC, it's noisy. If the Hokies go cold from the outside, they don't always have the dominant post scorer to bail them out. South Carolina, well, they're athletic wings. They've got home crowd and SEC size up front. They can turn defense into offense quickly. Now, if the Gamecocks settle for too many jumpers, they can go on those long scoring droughts. Okay, my prediction, it's it's a tight one. I'll lean toward South Carolina at home. Texas A&M at Pitt at 7 p.m. in Pittsburgh. Pitt, well, they're blue collar defense, the physical game, and that bring your lunch pail. That's the mentality. At home, they can really defend their court. When Pitt's outside shots don't fall, their offense can look a little stuck in the mud. Texas A&M usually brings relentless effort on the glass and are well coached in the half court. The issue when the Aggies are on the road, especially in a tough building like Pitt's, turnovers can spike and free throws shooting can become magnified. My prediction, I like Pitt at home. Okay, Tennessee at Syracuse, 7 p.m. in Syracuse, New York. Syracuse has home dome advantage and a long active roster that traditionally loves to bother ball handlers. When the Orange is hitting threes, they're a handful. The issue is Orange's rebounding and physicality can be issues against rugged opponents. And if the perimeter shooters are cold, if they go cold, well, things get real dicey. Tennessee's solid defense, toughness, and SEC muscle are consistently strong. They don't mind a grinded out game at all and will attack the boards. The Volunteers don't value the ball. That is especially against linked turnovers can feed Syracuse runs. My prediction, I give a slight edge to Tennessee. Oklahoma at Wake Forest, 7 p.m. in Winston-Salem. Wake Forest at home, the Deacs can really space the floor and share the ball. Their guards can score at all three levels when they're in rhythm. Deacs defense consistency has to show up for the full 40 minutes. They can't afford stretches where the focus dips. Now, Oklahoma is a Big 12 battle tested. They're used to hostile environments and a high level of competition. The Sooners travel and are unfamiliar with the Wake gym. If they start slow, Wake can jump them early. My prediction, Wake at home. Come on, Deacs. Okay, Florida at Duke, big game. 7:30 p.m. in Durham. Duke at Cameron Indoor Stadium, they're awesome. Elite talent and a coaching staff that knows how to get the most from their versatile lineup. When the Blue Devils push tempo, boom, boom, and share the ball, they look like a Final Four team. Now, if they don't pay attention and get careless with the ball or fall in love with quick threes, they can let good teams hang around. Florida, they have athleticism, they have length, and are aggressive defensive mindset. They're used to a big game. And the environments in the SEC, hurricane, foul trouble, and defensive lapses on the road, that can snowball in big time in Cameron. Prediction? I'll take Duke at home. Okay, Miami at Ole Miss, 9 p.m. in Oxford, Mississippi. Miami's guard play and pace are very competitive and fast. When the perimeter guys go downhill and the threes are falling, they look like a March team. They're a problem in March when that's going on. The hurricane rebounding and defense can be swing factors, especially against SEC size. Okay, Ole Miss, they've got the home court advantage and a fan base that really loves making life miserable for visitors. These people are crazy. Now, if they struggle to defend and the three-point line, Miami can light them up. My prediction, Miami steals this one. This one is on the road, but they steal it. Okay, Missouri at Notre Dame, 9 p.m. at South Bend. Notre Dame has smart, disciplined basketball and usually a patient offense. They approach that creates good looks. They're well coached. If the Irish can't keep Missouri out of transition, they may get out athletic. Missouri, they just have more speed. Athleticism and the ability to turn pressure into quick points. Missouri's shot selection and consistency. If they take too many contested jumpers, the door opens for the Irish. Prediction? I'm going with Notre Dame. Now, Georgia at Florida State, 9 p.m. in Tallahassee. Florida State, they have length, they've got depth, and they pressure. When they're defending well, it looks like a forest out there. long arms everywhere. Seminoles turnover and streaky shooting can derail them. Now, Georgia has SEC toughness and a willingness to attack the point and earn trips to the line. Bulldogs are on the road, and if they get rattled early, it can be hard to recover in Tallahassee. Okay, my prediction: Florida State at home. Okay, North Carolina at Kentucky, big game. 9:30 p.m. in Lexington. Well, North Carolina has tradition, skill, size up front. When the Tar Heels are running and sharing the ball, they'll fill up the scoreboard in a hurry. The Heels' shot selection and defensive lapses in transition can cost them in a game like this. Kentucky, well, they've got Rump Arena, blue blood talent, and a coach used to the brightened spotlights. They'll have waves of athletes. Wildcats youth and chemistry, well, that could be a question mark, especially early in the season. My prediction: it's a coin flip, but I'll take the Hills. Yes, I'm biased. Okay. Utah at California, 10 p.m. in Berkeley. Cal home court familiarity and chance to notch a solid non-conference win with up front, in front of their fans. Cal physically and consistency have to show up for the full 40 minutes. Utah is tough, disciplined, and usually well drilled defensively. They're used to grinding out wins. Utes travel and a potentially slower pace game where every possession matters. Prediction: Utah in a very narrow win on the road. Okay, Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025. Louisville at Arkansas, 7 p.m. at Fayetteville. Louisville athletic wings and a program that's used to high expectations and tough schedules. Cardinals are on the road in a loud SEC gym. Turnovers and fouls, well, they can stack up quickly. Now, Arkansas, well, they have the home court. They have the big advantage there: aggressive defense and SEC level athletes all over the floor, everywhere. Razorbacks need to value the ball, or Louisville will capitalize in transition. My prediction: going to be close. Arkansas at home. Okay, Clemson at Alabama, 7:15 p.m. Clemson has physical front court, solid defense, and an underrated ability to hit timely threes. If the Tigers get drawn into a track meet, tempo could favor Alabama. Alabama pace, spacing, and a system built around threes and attacking the rim, that's their game. The Crimson Tide live by threes, so they die by the threes. My prediction? Well, I'll take Alabama at home. LSU at Boston College, 7:15 p.m. in Chestnut Hill. Boston College, well, they've got grit. They're patient offensively and home court comfort. All big points. They can slow the game down. The heights, depth, and athleticism could be tested by LSU's pressure. LSU, well, they've got size, they've got length, and the ability to get downhill. They can put you on your heels quickly. If the Tigers don't lock in defensively, BC can hang around. My prediction, I will lean LSU. Okay. SMU at Vanderbilt, 9 p.m. in Nashville. SMU has good guard play and creativity offensively. They can spread the floor and drive mismatches. Mustang size and rebounding could be a concern against bigger lineups. Vanderbilt, well, they have the home court. They have SEC toughness and a system that can generate clean perimeter looks. Commodores, well, they need consistency. They've got to put two good halves together. My prediction, Vanderbilt at home. Virginia at Texas, 9:15 in Austin. Virginia has elite defensive structure, patience, and discipline. They're comfortable winning games in the 50s. If the Cavaliers get behind early, their slow tempo can work against them. Texas, well, they've got talent, athleticism, and home court in a big time environment. Texas needs to handle Virginia's methodical style. They need to do it well, not get frustrated. That could set in a prediction that I'll give the slight edge to Texas at home. Okay, Mississippi State at Georgia Tech, 9:15 p.m. Georgia Tech, well, they got home court, improving talent base, and the ability to make this a scrappy defensive game. The Yellow Jackets have offensive droughts. They can't afford cold stretches. Mississippi State, strong defense, strong rebounding, and SEC toughness. If the Bulldogs struggle to create easy offense, this could get ugly for both sides. My prediction, I lean Georgia Tech at home. Okay, North Carolina State at Auburn, 9:15 p.m. North Carolina State, they've got dynamic guards, aggressive defense, and a willingness to push tempo and score in bunches. If the pack gets careless with the ball or foul too much, Auburn's crowd, they'll pounce on them. Auburn, it's a jungle atmosphere, athleticism, and a coaching staff that loves pace and pressure. That's their game, pace and pressure. The Tigers' shot selection can get wild in a track meet. My prediction, Auburn at home. Friday, December the 5th, Notre Dame at TCU, 8 p.m. TCU, they're a Big 12 battle-tested, physical, and comfortable in a grind. Horned Frogs can't let Notre Dame control tempo. It could turn into a slower possession-by-possession pace. Notre Dame, they're composed. They have a great half-court offense, good spacing, and usually strong. Fundamentals are important. Notre Dame's got it. Irish athleticism gap could show up on the glass and in transition. My prediction, TCU at home. Okay. Saturday, December 6th. Now, that's the games for this week. I hope you enjoy it.